When Game of Thrones premiered in 2011, it was instant cultural phenomenon. The HBO series, adapted from George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, drew in millions of viewers with its instinct characters, shocking betrayals, and unpredictable deaths. But as the series progressed, things started to unravel, especially when the show outpaced Martin's unfinished books. One of the most infuriating changes came with the adaptation of Dornish storyline, especially the erasure Aryan Martell, one of the most dynamic and compelling characters in A Feast of Crows. In the book Game of Thrones, Oberyn Martell's death at the hand of the Mountain sets off a chain reaction in Dorne. His daughter, the fierce and the charismatic Sand Snakes, demand vengeance against the Lannisters. But at the heart of the plot of Aryan Martell, the rightful heir to Dorne, whose political maneuvering and intelligence make her one of the most intriguing characters in the saga. Instead of bringing Aryan to life screen, the showrunners inexplicably replaced her with Elaria Sand, a character whose personality was completely rewritten. In the books, Elaria is against the war and revenge, but in the show, she becomes a one-dimensional villain driven by the bloodthirst. This dumbed down one of the most nuanced parts of the Martin story, turning Dawn into a shallow and forgettable subplot. Arian wasn't just another noble vying for power. She was a well-developed, cunning strategist with a rightful claim to Dawn. Unlike many other female characters in Game of Thrones, she wasn't driven by the revenge or personal trauma alone. She had ambition, political savvy, and a deep desire to prove her worth to her father, Prince Doran. Her plan to crown Marcella Baratheon as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms in opposition to Tommen, sparkling a political upheaval that could have changed the entire power structure of Westeros. But instead of this intricate, thought-provoking storyline, the show gave us rushed, shallow revenge plot that ultimately led nowhere. The show's biggest Dornish mistakes was the showrunners didn't just erase Aryan, they stripped the entire Dornish plot with its depth and complexity. Prince Doran, who in the books is a master manipulator playing a long game against the Lannisters, who turned into a weak and passive ruler who was killed off without any payoff. The Sand Snakes, who were cunning and skilled warrior in the book, became cartoonish villain with cringeworthy fight scenes. Instead of weaving a compelling narrative, Game of Thrones reduced Dawn to filler material, a waste of one of the most interesting factions in Westeros. So finally, if Martin ever finished The Wind of Winter, A Dreams of Spring, we may finally see the true impact of the Marshals on the battle for Iron Throne. Until then, fans of the books will continue to haunted by a wasted potential of Dawn in the TV series. So what do you think? Did Game of Thrones fail Dawn, or was it necessary cut for the show? Let us know in the comments.